I want you to look at how a movie poster is put together. A movie poster is something that's printed up to a part of the marketing service of any new motion picture release. Movie posters are very large sheet prints that are in movie theaters or in kiosks. They are the ads that go in the newspaper, usually black and white. They are the covers for the later release of the DVD or whatever else promotional material that's going to come out with this thing. So I've got a fictitious movie here that we're going to make a poster for, and all the work has been done, but I want you to take the elements and actually put them together as if you had created the elements, and then now you are arranging the elements in a grouping or a montage or a representation of the movie. Now, a movie poster doesn't give away the plot, doesn't tell who done it, doesn't become better than the movie. In many cases, sometimes they are, but here's how it goes together. Remember that the information is collected on or around the production time. There may be pictures taken of the actors in costume, in makeup, so that you have them posing, as it were, for some of these shots that we're going to use in our poster final version. Now, here's an image of Venice, standing on the St. Mark's Plaza, looking out across the water, the opening of the Grand Canal. There's a small island on the other side with some large buildings, and to include a bell tower. And there's a lot of churches in Venice, and they're magnificent structures. And this scene is what we're going to start with, but there's some problems with it. Notice all this white fleck out here in front. You know, it looks like, gosh, is that cotton blowing in the wind? Is it insects? What is it? It's actually, the water is splashing up against the steps that lead from this area where the gondolas are parked or moored or attached. And there's cement steps that come out, stone steps that come up out of the water onto the plaza. And the water just beats against that and gives it a little bit of splash and spray, and that's what that white stuff is. And so you virtually have to come in with your polygonal lasso tool and get a size that you can work with, and you just correct from some of this brown area where that fleck is right there. You're going to take some of this brown and cover it up and cover it up and cover it up, and it takes a while to replace like for like. If it's shiny, use shiny. If it's light brown, use light brown. If it's dark, use dark in the shadow areas. Use blue across the decks. But eventually you can clean that up and make it a much better photograph. Another thing is I don't like the post here, the way it comes up out of the picture. I'm going to cut the post off right here and let that lantern just be out of the picture. Take out the bird. There's a boat here that doesn't make much sense, so I'm going to take some of this water that's out here, the far water with the minor ripples in it, and cover where the boat was, not the pylons, but the boats, and then take some building like this structure right here and lay it on this island over here, or this far shoreline, and fill all that out so the boat's gone and the water and the distant structures are visible. Also, I don't like the sky, so I'm going to very carefully cut out all around the silhouette here, and get right down in here where there's distant trees and boats, masts and that sort of thing, and just take out that sky and put my own evening sky. This is a scary movie, so we're trying to be scary. You'll notice that this tower isn't straight. I will take the tower and cut out the tower and put it on a new layer and straighten the tower up, just so that it is sticking straight up and down. It doesn't look like it's, well, we are in Italy and they do have a leaning tower there. Well, once I have taken care of the picture, this is what it's going to look like. I've also given it a background that is, or this canvas that is squared. Actually, I'm on a 4-inch square here, but it's going to be bigger than that, but I'm keeping it low so that my size doesn't get too big on this document. But you see in the water, all the flecks are gone, and the top of that post is cut off, and the boat's gone out here in the water, and there's more buildings on this other side. And the sky has been cut. Now, if I take away the background, I have two backgrounds. Orange sometimes is good to see where you're cutting, But if I take that away, I have just the water and this foreground boats and then the buildings in the background. But I'm going to put the black background back in because that's going to be how I tie and connect together all the pieces that are there. Now, there are some other elements that I want you to look at. One, I've got this picture of the Green Hulk, who is a star of the movie, or he's in the movie. And the green skin and the highlight coming off one side and shadow on the other, a little reflectedness going on over here, that's going to make it pretty scary and foreboding. You have to have a mystery girl in the poster, someone who is in the movie and is, having a bad day from time to time. And the pose here of the girl looking up across her eyes and grasping her coat close together, and a little scary, a little aggressive, but that's the area that where we're gonna put the heroine. Then there is lightning, and lightning is always good for anything that shows dark, scary nights. Now, once I get all that together, I'm going to have some lettering, some special lettering, and in Illustrator, I've made it the movie's titled Vengeance in Venice. And in Illustrator, I've made black letters, and I've taken the outline, that gray outline that we've made in other situations, and I put it behind. And now I have black letters with a gray background. Then I've changed it, so now I have white letters. Now these letters are actually white. They're well, I take that back. They're nothing. There's a black line here. What I've done is I've taken this. Let's show you that how I've done that. I'll make a copy of it, and so we'll do it. I've taken this black lettering on top of the gray lettering and selected all of it. And in Pathfinder, I hold down the command key, and I'm going to minus the front. That's that one where we sort of look like a cookie cutter. We minus the front, and the black cuts through the gray and goes away. And what's left then is gray. Now I'm going to take that gray and just turn it back to solid black and transfer that. See, I've just made it black. And so that's what I have here. And so I'm going to transfer that to my Photoshop and then do some effects to it. And the way I transfer that is I just get a copy of the lettering. Now it is hollow in here, but it's going to look hollow in Photoshop as well because there's nothing there. But there is the outline that I need that to describe the letters. Now I hit Command C and I copy it. Then I go back to Photoshop, and doesn't matter where I'm going to put this. Let's say I'll make a layer here on this lightning one just to show you how it comes across. And I'll hit Command V and paste it in there as pixels, and OK that. And the word vengeance comes in, and it takes up the whole width here. And I hit the black arrow, the move tool, because I have to say place. And then the words go away, and I've got the letters there. Now they're black against black, so it's hard to see them. But I'll show you how we're going to work that over in a while and make it better. So I'm going to just take these off here now because I don't need them on that one. And go to our final layout. And here comes all the action put together. Now Vengeance comes in here, and Vengeance is now that layer that came from Illustrator. And I lay it in here. Now let me show you what else is there. There is some effects like the outer glow. Now what I did is I left the black letters and went into the filters down here and opened up the outer glow, and I chose a green by clicking on that thing and sliding this around until I found a really lime green, and that's going to be the color of my glow. And then by the spread and by the size, I didn't get it too big, but obviously seeable, and that became the growth of the green around Vengeance. Now it's hollow on the inside here, so you are seeing through it past the glow that's glowing on the outside and on the inside. And you see then some of that Um, Lightning, you see the Hulk leaning over and his face is fading into black. Now the whole back drop of this thing is black. And if I turn it off down here, you can see I've cut away some of the back end of the Hulk so his hair wouldn't be straight lined, and I've come up the side of his cheek and laid that over against the lightning. So if I took the lightning out, you can see the girl has black on and a little shine on it. He's got some shadows fading into black. So when I put in the lightning, it covers across to black to black to black, and then when I put the background in as black, then it fills everything in. Now Venice is just type that's coming out of the Photoshop type book, and it's impact. And we are in big trouble is a tagline that goes down here, and I put that in and out, and that fills out. Now it goes down here, so it's a little out of the way, but it's spread apart with the wider kerning going on, so it takes up all that space. And now the shine and the glow and the individual pictures show up and put itself together. Yeah, black sky, but sort of a setting sun. It's an afternoon sun, but the black sky looks more foreboding. And so now I have all the layers here. Eventually I'll save it and flatten the image out, but I'll save it both ways, with the layers and as a flattened image. So if I have to go back and change and fix and do something to it, I have that opportunity with the layers saved. And then eventually when it moves on to the printer, it'll be flattened out. So take these elements, open them up, lay them into your, I've got a 4-inch square here. You can make it this square or a little rectangular, whatever, but you're going to have to add and move and push things around. But create your own version of Venice, Vengeance in Venice. We are in big trouble.